Hello people, I'm TheRealComicBookGamer. Today I'm going to be talking about what I want to see in the second Star Wars Battlefront game from EA, because I really enjoyed the first one. I have a ton of fun playing it, as you guys can see from the videos on my channel, and I'm just excited for this second game. We got confirmed a while ago that this game is going to be about the new movies, so Episode 7 and Episode 8, and that's not a whole lot to borrow from, but I'm still excited and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's get into it. The first and most important thing I want in this game is Galactic Conquest. Galactic Conquest was one of my most favorite things to do in the old Battlefront games. If you guys did not play Battlefront 1 or Battlefront 2 from the original Battlefront games, and you won't know what this is, but Galactic Conquest was a game to where they added a little bit of strategy into just normal Battlefront. So you had basically a board to where you would decide which planet you wanted to go on. You had a ship, you decide which planet you wanted to take over. You could go like Naboo, and then you had different strategies you could use, like different things you could implement. Like you could buy a hero pickup. You could buy that if you wanted to, so that way you could have like Obi-Wan on Naboo if you wanted to, or you could buy extra troops, so that way you outnumbered the enemy forces, and it was really cool. And at the end of Galactic Conquest, well, you conquered the galaxy, and it was so awesome. I think it would be so cool if they brought this back in, but added a co-op element to where like you could go against a friend or something, or could conquer the galaxy with a friend. I think that would be awesome. And Galactic Conquest was one of my favorite parts of the original Battlefront game, so I was so sad that was not in this game. So I really hope that they add it in this new one. Also, I do fully believe that DICE will have from launch, they'll have instant action. Well, you know, they'll have bots from the beginning, unlike with this Battlefront, with the first Battlefront, they did not, but they added it later on. So I think with the new Battlefront, they learned their lesson, they will have bots, so I'm not going to really talk about that. The next thing that I'd like to see, but isn't too important, is a single player. I know a lot of people complained that this Battlefront did not have a single player. The reason I didn't really care was because Battlefront was never about the single player experience to me. Like, the first one basically didn't really even have a single player, and the second one would just have like a cutscene telling you, hey, this happened, now go and play on a multiplayer map, and it's the exact same as multiplayer, but you'd have a little bit of context in between the multiplayer maps. So that was the single player for Battlefront 2. So I didn't get why you had a bunch of people who had like never played a Battlefront game complaining about the fact there's no single player in EA's Battlefront. But either way, I do think a single player would be cool, just like a short, like little 6-hour one, because again, single player should not be the main focus, shouldn't take a bunch away. But I do think this is an opportunity to tell a really cool story in between like 7 and 8 or something, considering the fact that, well, that this is based on the new movies. So I don't know, tell a story whenever. If you want to tell it in between 6 and 7 and whatever, I don't care. I just think this is an opportunity to tell a cool story. They could base the single player about Finn and see his journey. I know they already wrote like books about it, but I still think it'd be cool to play a game, like a 6-hour story of like Finn's story, because I think he's got a really interesting backstory. So yeah, I just think it's an opportunity to do a cool little just 6-hour campaign that expands the universe a bit, and yeah, I'd be happy with that. Another thing I want in the next Battlefront is more heroes from the start, because if we get more heroes from the start, from launch, not just DLC, then we can have more hero game modes. I loved Hero Assault in Battlefront 2. It was so hectic and crazy, but so much fun. It was just basically team deathmatch with heroes. I know we got it like leaked that one guy was able to like hack the game, the code, and find out the fact that there is going to be like a hero team deathmatch in Battlefront soon, in like one of the upcoming patches. But either way, right now it's not in there, and so I think if you have it from the beginning, if you have a good amount of heroes, and we could definitely have a cool Hero Assault. I'd love to see that back. It's so much fun playing that with my friends back in the day, back in the good old days of Battlefront, and I would love to have that again. Also, you already have a ton of different characters to choose from just from Episode 7 alone, nevertheless, who we're going to have in Episode 8. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think it would be really cool if they added more heroes so we could have more hero game modes. I'd love to have like a hero capture the flag as well. That would be awesome. And just, yeah, more hero game modes is basically what I want from that. Another thing I want is a space game mode. A lot of people complain about this when Battlefront first came out. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I was a little sad with the fact they didn't have the space game mode, because it was cool. And in Battlefront 2, you could just go and attack the enemy spaceship, and the goal was to destroy the enemy Star Destroyer. You could do that through a multitude of different ways. Also, they had like other ships you can destroy, but anyways, the main objective was the enemy Star Destroyer. You could go inside and like destroy their life support systems, their engines and stuff, or you could go and just like destroy it from the outside. I always went inside because I sucked at flying. I was never a big fan of flying, so I would just go inside and do it. It was really cool, and I'd love to see that game mode return in the new Battlefront. I think a lot of people would, and again, it is a game called Star Wars, so having not a space map doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But yeah, I'd love more space maps and another game mode. Granted, it doesn't really vary with space maps because you're kind of in space, but either way, I just want that game mode. I think it'd be great because no one really plays Fighter Squadron, to where I think a lot more people will play this game mode, and so that way you get the people that want to play in space and the people that want to just fly around, because there are some people that do enjoy Fighter Squadron a lot. Most people not too much though. And the last thing I want is more Cloud City type maps. What I mean by that is I want more close engagement type maps on the bigger modes. So like Walker Assault, prior to Cloud City, you didn't really have that many close engagements on maps. It was mainly just these big wide open maps. They're very good maps. I think most of the Walker Assault maps are really cool and very well done. I think that's one of the big things that DICE really excels at. I love the maps in the Battlefield games. I love the maps in this Battlefront, and I think they do a great job with it. I would love some more close engagement parts of like maps, maybe more indoor areas of Walker Assault maps. Anyways, that's just what I want. I might make a part 2 if I ever think of other stuff I want for Battlefront 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments below what do you guys want to see for a new Battlefront. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
I've been so alone ever since I left the tribe. That's just how it goes, 'cause I like the lonely vibe.